Hi everyone, so today I want to show you a slightly different version of the 5x7 double tower shutter card that I did a week or so ago. And this one is like a shadow box version, so it's just basically inverted is what I've done here. So I've used papers, Finding Paradise papers, which are from Dovecraft, which is DRK Crafts. So if you head over to drkcrafts.co.uk, have a look on there. I think they've still got some left, hopefully they have. I've also used some little die cut ephemera embellishments, which also are part of that Finding Paradise pack. And then the greeting on the front is from In Love Art Shop. If you use my code Iced Images, all in one word, that will get you 20% off. I will put all the links and everything in the description below. So that is like that, and then you've got space on the back to write, and then the whole thing just folds in like this and folds flat and will fit in an envelope for a 5x7 card. So it's really very cool. I've decorated it slightly differently to how I did the other one. So I've changed some of the panels up. I haven't got strips. I've made it look a bit kind of wider rather than, you know, strip wise. So yeah, just a different way of showing you how to decorate it. So I hope you like it. So let's get into it. Okay, so for this card, you're going to need the same kind of base card that you needed for the other one. So you're going to need two pieces that are 7 by 9. And on both of them, you're going to score along the long edge, and you're going to score at 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, and 8 inches. So you can do that again on your other piece. So once you've scored both of them, you want to bring your cutting mat in and take one of your pieces, and along the first score line, you're going to make a little mark at 1 inches, at 2 inches, at 5 inches, and at 6 inches. And you're going to do the same along your last score line. So again, you're going to make a mark along your last score line. Same again, so 1 inch, 2 inches, 5 inches, and 6 inches. And then we're going to take our metal rule and Stanley knife or craft knife, whatever you're using. If you're using a trimmer, you can do that. And it's exactly the same cuts as we did for the other card. So we're literally going to cut from the first line through one score line and then stop at the third score line. There we go. And then we're going to go from this one and we're going to stop at the last score line, basically. So you're going to do that. So you're going to repeat those cuts on all of your marks. So you should end up with that, hopefully, like we did with the other cards. So I'm going to go and repeat this all over again on my second piece. Right, so you should end up with two pieces that have all got those same cuts. So then we're going to do the same as we did before. So we are going to just go along here. And so so along this top section here, the first score line we don't fold or burnish. The second one's a mountain. The third one's a valley. And then here we want a mountain, then a valley, then nothing. Then this middle one we want a mountain, and then a valley, nothing. And then this one we want a mountain and a valley, and then nothing here. As you can see, I'm not really properly folding it. I'm just coaxing it slightly, and you'll see in a minute I'll actually go in properly. So that's that one there. So once we've kind of done a little bit of coaxing, we can then grab it and properly fold it down. So you just kind of gently show it where it needs to go, and then you can just grab all the edges and just pull it into position. Okay, I'm just going to turn this over, and this is actually the side we're going to be using. We're going to be using this side because before we used this side. Okay, but this time around it's this way around we're going to be having it. Okay, so that is one piece done. So if you wanted to, you could have it just as a card in its own right like that. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold the other one up exactly the same. Right, so I've got my two pieces both folded the same way. So before I go ahead and start putting pattern papers on, I do need two. I'm going to quickly run through the pieces we need to do, I guess. So I've got two pieces here, and these are 2 3/4 by 6 3/4. I'm not bothering with any mats, I'm just in pattern straight on because there's quite a lot of pieces. So 2 3/4 by 6 3/4. One of them is going to go on the front and the other one is going to go inside, because what's going to happen is these two are going to stick together like that to make like a box inside, a shadow box. So that's going to go on the front, and then this one will go on the inside here like that. Okay, but what we need to do is I need to be able to cut an aperture out of this. I'm going to go ahead just and quickly stick this one down just so it's in place. Right, so I've stuck that one down. So then let's deal with this. So I've got two oval dies here. These are actually from a set that I got at a charity shop. So this is, I kept the packaging because I thought, well, kept part of it because I thought I know I'm going to need to know what it is. So this is a Christina Griffiths lacy nested oval 5x7 14-piece die set, and it's rather super. I haven't used a lot of it yet. I've used bits. I think I used this one on one of them, but I haven't used these two yet. So I thought, right, we're gonna have a go. It's got little corner pieces and all sorts. I don't know if it's still available. If it is, and if I find it, I can try and list it. I also got a nested rectangle set as well, so I just quite like the fact you've got a real good choice of, you know, things to choose from. So I'm going to use this funky die, which is almost like a border kind of die, and I'm just going to cut it out of this pattern piece, the pattern piece only. Let me just lay that on, get that nice and kind of straight, more or less, so I can see where I need to lay this. So this is going to go on here like this, make sure it's straight, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this just out of the pattern piece. Right, so I've gone ahead and I've cut that out of just the pattern paper, and I've just laid it back onto the card, because what I want to do now is use the slightly smaller die in the middle there. And I'm going to lay that on in the middle, make sure it's nice and again central, more or less. And then we're going to go ahead, stick that down, and I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. Bear in mind that obviously it just means you will end up flattening your folds a little bit, but that's okay. We can, you know, you can refold after. At least you've done it once, so it kind of has a memory of what it needs to do. Right, so I've just run it through, so I'm just going to take it out. So then I'm going to go ahead and stick the pattern piece over the top. Right, so that's the front stuck down. My border's not completely right, but it's all right. It's good enough. It's good enough. Now, if you wanted to, you could have something dangling from there. You could have something on the inside bit, because that's going to be like that. So you could have something on the inside there, like that. I've got this happy birthday, and I wasn't sure. I was thinking about putting the happy birthday on the inside here. You can't really, well, you can see it, but not very well, because it's not kind of wide enough. So then my other thought about it was about having it here, but then I've just got nothing on the inside. But I might just do that, and then, I don't know, we'll see. We could maybe come up with something to go on the inside. In fact, actually, I've got a few ideas. Right, so before we do anything else, I think we just need to go ahead and finish decorating this, and then we can stick the whole thing together. So we're going to decorate this slightly differently to the way we did the other one. So what we're going to do is we're going to have two pieces here, because on the other we had like a strip going down here, and then these were all squares and then strips here. I'm actually going to do two largest rectangles here. So these measure 1 3/4 by 2 3/4, and you need two of those. And then you're going to need some of these, because I'm going to put these are going to go on here like this. So in total you need 4 of these, and these are 3/4 by 1 3/4, and then all the others are going to be little squares. So you're going to need 1 2 3. Oh, sorry, that's right, I didn't do the sides. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 in total. So I'm not doing the sides, I'm just doing this bit here. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick all these little pieces down. Right, so that is everything stuck down. So if I bring the other piece in, if you want to have something on the back there that you can see through here, now is the time to add it. Right, so I've decided I'm not going to put anything on the inside of my card just because the aperture is a little bit small. I did want to have birthday on the front because I think it kind of works. But I have got these are the Finding Paradise die cut shapes. You get 16 of them. You get little leaves, flamingos, really nice flowers, and some lemons. So I'm going to use some of these flowers, 2 of these flowers either side, and then I'm just going to put my big happy birthday across the front. So because that is the case, I can go ahead and stick these 2 layers together. So I'm just going to get some either red tape or a nice strong wet glue, and you literally, all this flat section here, you're going to put glue or tape on. And then we're going to take the top one. I did both sides because I think this might be easier to do it both at the same time. So we're going to put that on like that, and this one on like this. We're just going to stick this down, just get it nice and married up. Because I've got wet glue, I've got time to kind of get it into place. If you're using tape, you might want to do one side first and then the other side. So that side's done. Let's just get this side into place. Once you've done that, just squish it all in and down as if it's going to be in the card, and just make sure it's definitely stuck right, because this is how it's going to be. So if you've got any differences in folds or whatever, then this is how you need it. You need it definitely to fold flat, okay? So you want to stick it so that it's flat. See, I've got a little bit of a gap here. When I had it before, I'd lined that edge up, because when the folds aren't exactly the same as the one on the top, that's where you end up with this. So there we go. So there's your card. So what you could do if you wanted to, if you want to make this a little bit bigger, or you want to maybe you want to make it not have the frame, or just have it this larger size, it's a bit wider, you could, if I fold this down, can you see this bit here? So this bit and the bit below stick together. So in amongst here you could have bits of acetate coming out with things on, as long as they don't stick out too much, because when you fold it flat, you've got to remember you've only got that much space. But you could do that, so when you move it in and out, they move in and out as well. So that's another little idea. But that's that, like that. So then what we need to do is go ahead and add our happy birthday on the front, and also add our flowers on the top here as well. Okay, so I went ahead and added the things on the front, and also added a white piece on the back. The white piece was 2 3/4 by 6 3/4, so you've got space to write. And there you have your finished card. So I hope you liked it. Please make sure to check out the drkcrafts.co.uk. This is called Finding Paradise, this paper pad. I think they've still got some in store. Hopefully, I mean, at time of recording they did, but they might not by the time this goes out, I don't know. And obviously the little shapes, everything will be linked in the description below. Make sure to check out In Love Art Shop. That's where this happy birthday die came from. It was part of that pack of sentiments that I had. As you can see, there's quite a few different ones. We'd love, best wishes, thank you, just for you. There's loads, and they're all funky. Really good sentiment set. So make sure you use my code, which is Iced Images, all in one word, and that will get you 20% off. And yeah, you'll use these a lot, I can guarantee you, because they're just so useful. So yeah, so that's that. And then you've got space on the back to write. So yeah, so please comment, hit the notification bell, subscribe, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Bye.